Guess what I heard? Well, it's not really any of our business now, is it?
Hasn't really stopped us before.
Well, I guess you're right.
Welcome to the first official episode of Not Really Minding Our Own Business.
We tried.
Yeah, I'm Lindsay.
I'm Mallory.
And this podcast is really just kind of invented for just a designated time slot where we could just be our chaotic gremlin-y selves and record it and then put it on the internet for everyone else to witness, unfortunately.
Yeah. In hindsight, this is a good idea, right?
Too late now. We bought the equipment. We've committed.
We're in.
Too late. Okay, so
Oh, God.
I thought it'd be fun to read you some odd, bad reviews of some popular books that we have either heard of or both read. So
so we're familiar with these books.
Yep. So I haven't read it, but have you heard of Verity by Colleen Hoover?
My sister's read that, yeah.
Okay. So Katya's 1-star review said, "Some people desperately need Jesus, and Colleen Hoover is one of them."
Yo, I saw this thing the other day. Colleen Hoover is 7 out of the 10 top Canadian books right now.
Is she?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
And then you take the context of Colleen Hoover books, which are Colleen Hoover books.
Well, yeah.
And you're like, Canada, you need to rinse.
Like Katya said, you need Jesus.
You need Jesus.
Okay, here's another popular one.
Okay.
I have read this one. I loved it, but I think I forgot about this part. It's People We Meet on Vacation by Emily Henry. I personally like her writing style.
Yeah.
And it's very interesting because she tends to write from the perspectives of authors, which I find is really interesting. And so this one, Anonymous's 1-star.
Sorry.
What are you not getting? What are you not
She
understanding?
tends to write from the perspective of authors. Isn't that...
Her main characters are authors.
Oh.
Or, like, publishers and stuff like that.
Okay, so people in, like, the literary industry. I'm just like, so she's writing? I
don't know.
I got caught on that. Anyways.
I tend to really like it. Anonymous's 1-star review said, "Ladies, if a man pulls a sad puppy face at you, run as fast as you can." And I forgot about that part in the book. I liked every other part of it.
Like if a guy pulls like a Puss in Boot face, like the cat, like when he makes that face.
Could that be compared to Flynn Rider's The Smolder?
No.
Why?
Because the smolder is like...
The smolder was meant for different purposes.
Exactly, and I feel like the
Fair
puppy
point.
dog Puss in Boots is like, pity me.
Fair point.
Pity.
Okay. The next one's fairly popular. Everyone who's on BookTok knows this one.
Yeah.
I think you know which one I'm going to say.
We're not twins. I don't know how this is going to work.
A Court of Thorns and Roses.
Okay,
Everyone knows Akatar. Aileen's 1-star review says...
Aileen, eh?
Listen, you know what, and after reading this and being a part of the series and then being a part of the Sarah J. Maas multiverse that she is now currently creating,
the absolute army
just,
of, like, she is building an industry of, like, her books.
What's that TikTok? The,
Anarchy!
Anarchy! That just reminds me of Sarah J. Maas and the chaos that she is bringing.
Oh my God, she do bring chaos.
She really is the true spider queen, and we are all just poor little fruit flies.
She is Amarantha.
We are.
Oh my God, she even looks like the description. Do you think she wrote herself as Amarantha?
But why would she killed herself
Sorry,
off?
I'm getting
Spoilers.
distracted.
Okay.
I'm getting distracted.
Okay, either way, Aileen's 1-star review
Yeah.
for Akatar, which is the first book, which we all know is iffy
Tampon.
on a good day, and with Tampon as the main character.
Garbage.
Which, if you haven't read it, then, like, don't listen to us. She said, "I'm a second away from dousing myself in gasoline and lighting myself on fire just so I never have to look at this book again."
What?
I felt that
She's upset with the Sam Hain.
She's...
Or what it...
Sam Hain said what?
Sam
Either
Hain.
way, She's not happy about
Dancing in the Fire Festival.
And after being a part of it, it was very funny. Last one is Icebreaker, which I did read.
That's that like hockey romance, hockey figure skater.
Apparently, there's a huge hockey player / figure skater. What's
Canadian?
it called? Apparently, it's a trope.
Yeah, no.
By Hannah Grace. I read this. I liked it.
Hockey player is like a huge trope. Like I remember even in like
is it?
High school, on like Wattpad, it was like.
On the good old days
this is
of
gonna
Wattpad.
Shut up. This is gonna show my age so much.
This sets it up.
It was like 3 things. Okay, wait, no, maybe it was 4 things. It was, oh my god, what was it called? I just forgot.
What?
Okay, so it was
The
Hermione fanfic.
Oh my god.
One Direction fanfic, which largely took up the market.
I never read any of
Supernatural Destiel fanfic, which, chef's kiss. And then hockey player, like, and
really? I didn't realize that those were the big
I didn't
four.
know who Ovechkin was.
I don't know what you're
saying. And I saw
words.
the name, and then I Googled it, and he's a hockey player, like an actual hockey player. I was like, that's such an. I thought it was like a fantasy, Ovechkin. I was like, that's a very name. So I had to Google it, and it was like, he's like an NHL player. I don't know what fucking team he's on now.
I didn't realize that hockey player tropes was a big thing.
We're Canadian.
Barely. My mom's American. I don't count. But so I have read this one. I liked it. Sophie didn't. She said this book would have been better if all the characters died. Which is
Sophie, who hurt you?
Hockey players.
Yeah,
Sophie
really.
has been scorned by her own
She went
personal.
to school with goon kids at playoffs.
It would. Okay. And then the last one was. I haven't read this one, and I haven't heard of it. But it's called "We Were Liars" by E. Lockhart. Have you heard of this one? Because
I have a copy of this.
Did you read it?
I got it from Book Outlet. I haven't, but so "We Were Liars." To give context, only because I have reread the blurb like 17 times. Okay. It's about like all these like super like well-off blue blood high society families who go to their like Hamptons.
Oh god.
And something happens. But like I don't know, and there's like a sequel.
A sequel?
Yeah, so there's a sequel. What's the name of the book again?
We Were Liars?
Yeah. Yeah, the cover is like these kids in the water. Or somebody in the water.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. So
I have another one of their books, which is very interesting, and it's a murder mystery told in reverse. And they're like super small. Like these are like.
Have you read it?
No, I'm
okay. So just to be clear,
it's on the TBR. It will remain on the TBR.
So just to be clear, you haven't read any book by E. Lockhart.
No, but I physically
have.
I physically have it. Purchased it with the intent to read it. And that's about as far as we've gotten, ladies and gentlemen.
How many other books would you say you have purchased, we'll say, with the intent to read it? And how many have you actually read? Moving on. Mm-hmm. We Were Liars by E. Lockhart. I don't think this is actually her, but Wendy Darling's 1-star review. Remember, book was called We Were Liars. She said, we were tedious. And I don't get it, but it was so funny that it genuinely...
We were tedious. Like, I've heard that it's a very slow book.
The other thing, I like...
But I think it's like a teenage murder mystery.
I like the simplicity of it.
At the review?
Yeah. It's very... I think it's
one
to
line,
the point.
Shit.
I think it's...
Gotta go.
If I could fit it in a paper shredder, I would. Okay. So, we were talking earlier about different tropes. And,
Do you see my one eye? I felt it go. I was like, tropes.
Okay.
Tropes are like... So for like book people,
yep,
we're addicts. We will buy.
Yep.
We will use.
I think it's.
We will abuse.
I think it's different tropes.
And the tropes are like the different like types of drugs that we indulge in.
I was just about to say that. I think
because
it's like
there's like times where you're like very much in one
Yeah, like you could be
Trope?
100% living in hockey player trope, and the next thing you know, it's enemies to lovers, which is very common in almost like a lot of books nowadays. But we were also discussing earlier weird places to read.
Oh God.
And I think that we should go out to new places together and go and like read in weird places together.
Like, wait, I assume you have some places in mind.
Well, why don't we discuss some other potential places?
Okay.
One of them being maybe we can go and read outside the CN Tower. You know how they can do that climbing thing and you're floating up there?
You think they're gonna see us down there reading a book?
Nobody needs to see us. No, we need to be up there.
Jesus, no! No, I'm not.
Not a fan of heights?
Podcast done.
Okay.
I am not. No.
This may not be weird.
Oh, I just got good.
Okay, fine. I don't really want to do that anyway. I like my life.
If you ever try and get me on that stupid walking roundabout,
I don't want to be there any more than
I
you
will
are.
puke in your face.
Other places to maybe go
Oh,
and
my
read.
blood pressure just went up.
You want some pills or something?
Is it hot in here? Just
Okay,
the thought of
I
it.
won't take you outside on the CN Tower.
Okay.
I won't take you for the sky death. Okay, how about oh, maybe we should go to a club.
Just
Just read.
But you have to bring the books
Yeah, that's
that
fine.
the people know
That's fine.
are the books.
That's fine. I have the right place for us. 3 words. It's a club. Bovine. Sex club.
I'm sorry. What?
Bovine sex club. It's a place in the Toronto.
In Toronto.
In Toronto.
Oh, I hate myself.
I didn't like when I said Toronto either. It wasn't great. I have recently discovered this place.
Yeah.
What do you think they do there?
I imagine there's a lot of dildos attached to cow statues in some way or form. And not like in a not like a bestiality kind of thing, like a bull riding thing, but with a dildo. Please tell me it's just a fucking library.
No.
Please tell me it's a sweet innocent library.
No, it's like a. I'm
no.
pretty sure it's like a. Actually, I'm not gonna tell you. I'm just gonna read you their slogan,
Oh, for the love of fuck.
or maybe it's just their logo,
Okay, I'm not.
to which I will show you. It goes: "Eat me, pet me, milk me, kill me."
I beg your pardon.
Eat me, pet me, milk me, kill me. Established since 1991 on Queen Street West. I think we should go.
I'm not comfortable.
What else do we have to do with our weekends?
I don't.
Record a podcast?
I don't.
Okay.
I don't get it. What is this place? Is it
Okay.
just? Is it like an actual sex club?
No, it's just like a band place. But
Oh, it's just like a dive
on
bar kind of thing.
March 21st, they have 90s Hip Hop Tuesdays.
That's tonight.
We can make it. It starts at 9.
No.
we can pack up now. We can.
Wait, 90s hip hop?
That's what I'm saying. I think we should. I think we should
could get
go.
behind that.
If you don't, they have Whipped Wednesdays presents dances the Cramps taught us. I don't know what that means.
Dances the Cramps taught us?
Yeah, but
Just bend over and scream.
Oh, but on the 23rd they have acoustic Hunter Raymond and guests at the Bovine Sex Club.
Followed by a reptile show. Like, what? It's this place.
What, just like chameleons come
So
out
you wanna
afterwards and
go-
do their whole like...
You want to go to Sea Whip Night
No.
with a book?
Excuse you, that's Whipped Wednesdays.
Sea Whip Wednesday. with a nice, crisp, fresh out of them chapters book.
Well, I think if you take a fresh out of them chapters books and let it breathe the air of the Bovine Sex Club for 3 minutes, it's not going to be fresh anymore. They had, believe it or not, they got like 4.5 stars on Google with like something like 500 reviews. But the bad reviews all said that it was gross. There was only like 3 of them. Maybe more? I don't know. I didn't write that
But,
part
like-
down. I was mainly distracted by the Bovine Sex Club.
Yeah.
Do you want to see their logo? It's actually
A
cute
little
yellow.
bit, yeah. Show me.
Can you see it?
Oh, okay.
It's kind of cute.
Yeah.
I haven't seen the inside of it.
That's cute.
I think.
Fetch.
I-
Yeah.
Hold on a minute. What are they called?
My laptop is dying.
They,
Oh, no, it's back.
what are they called? On the
Photo
Easter
booths?
Island?
Easter Island?
The heads, the people.
Easter Island statues?
So they have like a cup like that. We can go and get like a tiki cup.
Lindsay, that's just a tiki cup.
What do you...
That's just a tiki cup. There's nothing special. That's just a tiki cup.
I don't want to talk about it.
It's like an Easter
But they have a
Island
patio.
cup.
Oh, it's kind of like...
It's just a tiki cup.
It's kind of like if the apocalypse happened 7 years ago with like a garden in front of it.
It got stuck in front of a Lone Star. What the fuck? That's a bit weird.
What do you mean?
I think they're having some brand identity crisis.
They have a pinball machine.
Oh, I'm down.
I
Pinball? Yes.
can't get her to go.
I
Pinball,
love pinball.
I'm there. I can see why people would say that it's potentially gross and not.
Yeah. We went and saw Scream, the new Scream.
I didn't know there was a new Scream movie.
So, great movie, because there's nothing like watching several people get stabbed an ungodly amount and still survive. The death odds in this movie, better than the Titanic.
What do you mean?
Like, I mean, like, several characters
Okay.
were, like, pincushioned. Like, literally double-teamed, pincushioned by, like,
That just sounds like a holiday.
Ghostface or whatever. Also, like, yeah, the Scream movie, it's just, like, I don't know if the other ones are like it because I've actually never seen the other Scream movies.
I've never seen any of them. I'm not a horror
Very
film
meta.
person. I don't know what that means. You're saying words again.
It's, like, very, like, meta. Like, it's very, I don't know how to explain
Sure.
this.
Put it in a longer sentence without explaining
It's
what
very
any of it means.
self-aware.
Okay, so why didn't you just say
it's
self-aware?
It's a movie that follows a killer that is following the killings of Ghostface, the Scream face, and recreating and redo. It's this whole thing.
Okay, so you're following who? You're following the killer.
It changes every movie. It's like a copycat killer,
Okay,
but it's based on this old movie franchise,
right.
which Scream is a movie franchise.
Uh-huh.
And it's this whole thing, and there's all these like little jokes in the movie, and it's very good. But the rate in which people are stabbed, the sheer volume in which an individual is stabbed, and how they just like
Are they like shallow?
survive.
Are they shallow stabs?
Full plunge. Like we're talking like like it's like full stab.
Okay.
And like so this
But
one follows
where?
these two backside like this. Dude, at the end, she stabs one of them. One of the
Spoilers.
girls stabs one of them. Total spoilers for this movie, by the way.
Okay.
One of the girls stabs him, like through there with the knife, and then
Sorry, what was that?
trying to avoid doing that.
That's getting clipped. That's getting clipped.
So, like, literally stabbed in the mouth, like, through the mouth with this knife, and then, like, there's this, like, pause, and it's like, oh my god, like, he's dead, but she's going, like, a little psycho, and then she twists it, and you can hear the audience in the theater, and please bear in mind, there's, like, me, my boyfriend, and, like, maybe 6 other people, and everybody just goes, oh, like, oh, that was too much. You really didn't need to, like, twist the knife.
You know 100% that it is bad when, like, the 6 people in the
Literal
movie theater all have
overkill.
the same response. Just,
Yeah.
oh, God.
Yeah, it was just like, oh, that's a bit much.
I'm not a doctor, but that doesn't look healthy.
Oh, don't worry. A stab of that nature would surely do a person in, no?
Well, I'm not a doctor.
Wrong.
Like, I just...
Just wrong. Okay? Because this motherfucker comes back like 2 minutes later.
What do you mean comes back?
Pops up.
Pops up?
Alive.
Like
and then somebody takes him down with an old TV. That's what kills him? Is somebody dropping an old TV on his head.
Well, there's nothing better than, like, the old classic, like, dropping a piano or something heavy from a great distance onto somebody else's head.
It was a cop that had been stabbed in the stab wound she got several years ago.
Oh, so...
And cut in the jugular at some point, too, because she was hella covered in blood over here.
Well, hold on a minute.
She pops up after everybody's assuming she was, like, kind of dead.
I have a
but
question.
Not.
I have a question.
And then just yeets a TV on this motherfucker.
I have a question.
Yes.
What are the goddamn chances of her getting stabbed in the stab wound that she had before?
It was intentional because she's like she was a previous victim of this killer.
So she's just really not having a good time with life.
She chose to get involved. She was like, I'm keeping tabs on the girls and I'm part of this case and blah, 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 blah. And then like the twist and everything that happens in it, which isn't really much of a twist because we kind of called it pretty early on.
Okay.
But then they do like such extra diverting.
Yeah, but you
and
do
then they
that.
play into this like bullshit like meta thing where they're like, okay, well, like, obviously it's a killer, and in the other movies it's been this and this, so it must be something different, so it's this, and then, like, straight up they kill everybody that it ends up being, but they didn't actually die.
Okay, can I just say something?
It's really, like...
Can I just say something?
It was exhausting.
I don't know. What'd you think of the movie?
No.
Oh, we can bring up Wendy Darling's We Were Tedious.
It was a tedious movie.
That was...
Honestly.
Okay, but here's the thing. You do tend to find, like, what are they called? Like, you find, like, the predictable patterns in things that we're reading. Like, it is the hardest time to talk to you on the phone. Thank God we don't have these conversations in person very often, because if the amount of times that we have talked about theories, about books, about movies, about anything, and the amount of times where I've had to literally put you on mute and been like, how did you know? How did you know?
Yes!
Because
you read books ungodly faster than I do.
But your sister reads them she is the
she's
Flash
superhuman.
when it comes...
I'm not even going to get it. I'm convinced she reads the first sentence and the last sentence and makes up her own ideas, and that's why she always says books suck.
But that would also make sense. That would make... Actually, you know what? I think... Okay, here you go with the theory thing again, but this time I agree with you. I 100% agree with that theory that your sister just wholeheartedly reads the first sentence. Yeah. And maybe some of the dialogue... I think she, like, hella
skims for trigger words.
But
like,
then
people's name... See, I used to do a thing where I would only read dialogue, and that's when it took me 2.5 years to read the last of the Twilight series, because...
Well, hold on. They don't say anything in that movie anyways.
Garbage. Yeah.
So how did it take you 2.5 years to read only dialogue?
It's a kick-ass book.
They barely say any words. Edward Cullen for the first book doesn't say anything. So if you're reading only dialogue, you wouldn't even know that he was there.
I read the first, second. Oh, wait, no.
You wouldn't know that.
No, wait, the third one, because the third one does this thing where it goes Bella's perspective, and then a big chunk of the book is Jacob's perspective with all his, like, political wolf stuff that's going on with him and his wolf pack and the separating, which is really, like, in the movie shortcasted. Like, it's a small portion of the movie.
I feel like there was a lot more that I missed.
There was a lot more nuances, and I'm not getting into the whole Twilight book debate. I'm not, but
just tell me how you really feel.
It took me 2 years to read maybe 600-page book. Yeah, think about the books we read now. They're like 1,200 pages.
Well, hold on. What book did we read that's 1,200 pages? Isn't that like 5 Bibles or something?
This is the Zodiac books.
Oh.
Are they?
No, I don't think so.
No? Anyway, so yeah, the Scream movies. Back to the Scream movies.
So the Scream movie is a must-see. Now...
Necessity.
This isn't...
Not actually. Sorry.
This doesn't have anything to do with Scream. But I was at Village Grocer the other day with my mother.
Love it.
And Village Grocer, for those who don't know, who are watching, it's a fantastic little grocery store.
Yeah, like super independent. Like
that has our wallets on speed dial. And just hit me out of nowhere. You are a cheesemonger, as we call them.
Yes.
Yes. So I wanted your opinion.
Oh no. Oh, I'm uncomfortable. Okay.
I want you to think about
I'm ready.
I want you to think about all of the ingredients that go onto a charcuterie board, and I want you to give them personalities.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Salami. This is my idea of what salami would look like.
Okay.
Like a 5'6" little skinny kind of Italian mob man, but not the ringleader of an Italian mob.
Henchman.
Like third in command.
Nice
Not the second.
stash.
Yep, got a nice little thing. Kind of has hair, kind of doesn't.
Yeah.
Kind of blonde. You don't really know what the colors of his eyes are, but his hands are all like scarred and everything.
Cold, dead eyes.
You know that he has no soul.
Yeah, he's totally like a muscle for hire.
Yeah, and that is salami. That is who salami is. And he wears a vest, like a pinstripe black vest.
Yep.
That can sometimes be made out of leather. The leather of what? No one knows, because he's salami.
Well, yeah, it makes sense. Salami's in a casing usually, so.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cheddar. Very typical thing on charcuterie.
Yeah.
What do you think cheddar looks like?
Cheddar's some old dude. Some old money, some blue blood society, English. I am cheddar.
Do you know who that reminds me of?
Like some cheddar.
Do you?
No,
No, because you know what that reminds me of? You know the head mouse from Zootopia? You saved my daughter.
Those
Please
were
come.
mice.
What?
Those were shrew.
Yeah. No,
They're
they
not
had
mice.
They were mice. They were little mice.
I mean, they're in the rodent family. Yes. Why are we debating Zootopia? I'm sorry.
Because it's the
Well,
you saved my daughter. Please
less
come to my
slick
wedding.
mob and more I'm a paid off corrupt cop. Big. You cannot get past me. Think the bull cop from Zootopia. Jeez. But slightly corrupt.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I get it.
Or some really old English Boris looking guy in a scooter.
Yeah, that
he's
is
too big.
He's
too big.
That is 100%.
Yeah.
Good old cheddar.
Mm-hmm.
This is my idea of who prosciutto is.
Oh, for the love of God.
Prosciutto? What's her name?
I have an idea. Okay.
She reminds. It's a little bit like Jessica Rabbit.
Ooh, very
sultry. Very you don't want too much, but it's there, and you're like, oh my God, I just can't resist.
It's too rich.
Just too rich.
You have
fatty
too much
in the
of
right
it.
places.
Touche, man, touche.
Thank you.
Yeah,
this is
very
my great
nice.
idea.
Very nice.
I don't know.
Oh,
what
so
else
are
is
you
on
doing
it.
the meat and I'm doing the cheeses?
I don't know what else is on. That was all I had thought about.
What? You got olives, which are the little henchmen. I would say the
olives
ones
are minions.
Well, I would say no. The olives are the street dealers. They're out there on the streets slinging it. They always got something in them, because you got stuffed olives. Got blue cheese.
They got a little of
They
this.
got white rocks.
They got a little of that.
A little that. They're these little guys.
Okay.
I
I feel
what
like
else?
the jams. You know how there's always jams?
Jams?
They're the receptionists.
Oh.
There's always that one. Hello, you've called Mob Zaros. How may I help you?
Yeah,
'Cause
they're
that's totally a thing that happens.
Office Lady 1, Office Lady 2.
Yep.
Kind of
But
thing.
they're important, and the office wouldn't run without them. Yeah.
They know how to fix the copier.
They, especially when it's jammed. Get it?
It was very good. Very nice.
Okay. I don't know what else goes on a charcuterie board.
Yeah, so you've got meat crackers. I feel like crackers are
the annoying Italian cousins that no one can get rid of.
Well, no, I feel like they're delinquent teenagers.
What do you mean?
Well, teenagers are always there. They're just malnourished. They're just there.
The emaciated.
And then they just snap and go off.
In what sense?
Teenagers, they got attitudes they just, I'm done.
Sounds like you're talking about
Screw
yourself.
you, Mom!
You're talking about yourself.
No, I was a good kid.
Yeah, I could see that.
Well, and you've got So you've got like a couple cheeses. We did cheddar.
Okay. Oh, provolone. Do you know who provolone is?
Provolone.
He's a smooth operator. Smooth operator. He's the guy that walks in.
I feel like he's just like the. Oh, provolone's the salesman.
Well, yeah, he's the GQ guy that
creamy.
Hold on a minute. Hold on a minute. That is the wrong kind of salesman. Wrong kind of salesman. No, I'm talking like in my mind, provolone.
I mean, I would never put provolone on a board, but
why?
Because it's a sandwich cheese.
You're a sandwich cheese.
I mean, like cheddar is a sandwich cheese. Like, you can get cheddar slices and stuff like that. But like, cheddar's such a vast category. Like, there's, like, aged cheddars, cloth-bound cheddars, like... I'm gonna stop. Otherwise, we're just gonna be a cheese podcast.
Well, that wouldn't be the worst thing that we've ever encountered.
I don't think it would be great.
I think provolone is the...
You missed it.
What?
I don't think it'd be great.
How do I leave? How do I... No, okay.
Control, Alt, Delete.
I think provolone would be the like GQ looking fucker that is
in
like every mob. That's the hot, like pretty face. He gets called pretty boy. He goes walking around.
He's the what's his face from The Other Woman?
I don't know.
The boyfriend in The Other Woman.
What boyfriend? No, because he's not slimy.
Provolone?
Provolone's not slimy.
Yeah, it's
That's
a very silky.
No,
very like.
Are we talking about the same kind of provolone?
Cheese? Yes. Expert.
That's what I'm saying. I don't think we're talking about the same kind of... Well, maybe we are.
You're talking like circle slice provolone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I stand. It's a plasticky cheese.
Plasticky? Okay, well, listen.
Plasticky cheese.
You're the cheesemonger.
Okay. You got nuts.
I'm a woman. Do you remember that time that we had to go through the Dairy Queen drive-thru?
Oh my god! And it's not like it happened just once. And it wasn't us. It wasn't us.
This is a multiple time.
This is Dairy Queen and McDonald's.
The McDonald's
multiple times.
The McDonald's one.
Dirty-minded staff.
The McDonald's
would just be like, "Hi." Like, because we were genuinely asking.
This is
for.
But how come it's every time I'm driving?
It is.
Every time I'm driving, and I'm the one that has to deal with the person, and then all of a sudden it's
and they make it awkward. And it's their fault.
I think
we're just asking for nuts.
Well, to be fair,
and then
lady...
they, like, snort.
The lady...
Or there's just, like, a long pause, and then we're like, do you have nuts?
Well, no, because I think what happened is that the lady that was at the Collingwood McDonald's, props to her, she handled it lovely.
That was hilarious.
I liked her, because we drove up. For context, we drove up.
Yeah.
Were you in the front seat or the back? No, you were in the front seat, which is
was
why
I driving?
No, I was driving.
That's
driving? The whole point with these nuts scenarios.
Oh, yeah, you were driving.
And we were ordering hot fudge sundaes or something. And Mom.
Oh no, I got a caramel sundae and I really wanted chopped nuts.
Yeah, you wanted nuts. And so you go, and I was exhausted at that point because it was like 10:30 at night.
Oh, my conspiracy theory.
And
Sorry.
you about nuts?
About the McDonald's nuts.
Okay, well hold on a second. So my mom goes, ask if they got nuts. And so me, being exhausted, turned and looked at the ordering thing and went, you got nuts? And she went, excuse me?
Yeah, like
I started laughing and I went, oh my god. I'm like, peanuts, do you have nuts? And meanwhile, you were like killing yourself laughing. Like you're just gone. And then I'm like sitting there like trying to hold it together, just like absolutely like smacking the crap out of you. Like, stop laughing, I'm gonna cry. And then we pull up after that very fun, lovely encounter for me that made me want. I'm in Collingwood a fair bit.
You are.
Well, I'm in Barrymore now, but during the summer I'm in Collingwood a fair bit, coming to see you and bother you, because I don't like my own town, and so I come to the town that you don't like.
Called out.
And we drove around to the window, and we were like paying. And then she came over. She was like, I gotta see who this is.
Yeah,
she was
that's
like, I have to
right.
see.
She
what
came
this
over and she was like, these girls. They know what's up.
She's like, I have to.
She was like, I'm so sorry we don't have any of the nuts. They got discontinued. We're like, we're sorry.
Yep, just don't talk about it. It's
like,
fine.
Both parties couldn't keep their shit together.
No, but she made it fun because she was like,
it wasn't. She wasn't like uncomfortable because we weren't asking it that way. We like.
I was genuinely so exhausted. I was just like, you got nuts.
And I think when we went to the Dairy Queen that one time, I think that's what happened. Is the person like we were genuinely asking for nuts, and then there was like a pause, and we realized how we said it. Yeah, and then there was like nothing on the other side for that person, and then we laughed, and I think they thought that we were like doing a bit, like joking, like, you got any nuts? When we were like actually asking for like packaged nuts.
I don't know what it was the first time, but let me tell you, I was not happy the first time that we did it. I was not a happy camper.
No, that Dairy Queen, that was...
Well, because it was like the 16-year-old guy that was just so like judgy, and he was like, excuse me. And I was like, I'm not listen, I don't care.
Just do you or do you not have nuts?
And I think maybe he was at that age where he just didn't have any yet, and he was just angry. He was like, I don't need you, goddamn customer pointing it out. I don't need you to point it out to me. My mom already bothers me.
So, my nut conspiracy theory.
Your nutspiracy.
My nutspiracy, if you will. Okay? Chopped nuts or chopped peanuts at McDonald's.
Sure. Never
Change their packaging. Since I was a child.
Right.
It was that white packet with the red lettering and the little logo. It never changed.
Well, why change something that worked?
But all of their other packaging on stuff changed. Like, it's a brand, it reinvents itself, like, constantly changing.
Okay.
They changed the little sauce packets for things and like everything.
Did they?
Yeah, like the little how the little dippy sauces.
I don't know what you're talking about.
You're young. They used to look different. Okay. So, I think what happened is McDonald's made so many nuts, just so many nuts, and packaged them all at once and had them sitting in warehouses and waiting to be shipped out, because nuts, realistically, you can bet those things were bleached or chemically treated so that nothing would grow, and then they're packed and pre-sealed, and they will last forever.
Here's another level to the nutspiracy.
Yes. If you say they're not peanuts, I'm going to hit you.
Were they even nuts to begin with?
Shut up.
I didn't. Were they? Because
nope.
if they were packaged when you said they were, because now you can't get that package anywhere.
No,
to
and
see
so
whether
now
they
it's
said
discontinued. But
they don't
so
sell
my
nuts.
theory is,
did they even sell them?
No, they were just, you asked for them and they gave them to you.
Right.
So my theory is,
sure,
they didn't change the packaging.
Uh-huh.
Because they had made all the nuts that they were going to make in like a massive batch.
Sure.
And then they discontinued them because they had sold out of their stock.
But when did the nuts first come out?
I have no idea.
I'm going to look it up.
But I mean, like, do you get what I'm saying, though? Like, I just feel like it's continually... Like, they would have kept making them, but I feel like the last time they were like, oh, we're just going to make a massive batch and then, like, live it till it runs out. We're not going to redesign the packaging or anything like that.
Okay.
Are you really Googling
I
how long
am.
McDonald's has been carrying chopped nuts?
Yeah.
Actually, you know what? Google to see if I'm the first person with this nutspiracy.
With loose nuts. Damn, that's provocative. I think we'll need to do some research about this and then come back next week, which we will be here next week, because this is becoming a reoccurring thing.
I must get to the bottom of why.
So this is what we'll do. This is the promise for next week. You will figure out some more of your nutspiracy.
I have so many assignments.
You will. Okay, well, within
I can't do any more research.
Okay, so maybe I'll do the research about.
Hold on.
Well, no, we'll find out later. I think it's time. We need to end on the nutspiracy. Leave people wanting more for next week.
They just have pictures of the stupid.
Mallory.
Sorry.
Hi. Welcome back, honey. Missed you.
The nutspiracy irks me.
I think we should end on the nutspiracy.
Yeah.
And leave people questioning
Wanting
about whether we will find out about the whole nutspiracy next week.
Okay.
On next week's episode.
Nutspiracy.
Not
confirmed. I feel like
I think this is
it's bugging me.
Okay, well then we'll research it and then we'll come back next week. I think this has been a very good first episode of not really minding our own business. I'm trying to end the podcast, lady. Can you end it with me? Is that okay?
I think there's a Mandela effect.
Can you help me end this podcast, please? Say thanks for coming.
Thanks for coming.
Okay. Thanks for joining us on the first episode of Not Really Minding Our Own Business. And I think this is a very successful first episode. How do you feel?
Love it.
I think this is good.
A little irked by these nuts.
Come back next week to find out how if she's gonna be irked still continuously next week by the nuts. Other than that, we're gonna be setting up our Instagram and everything else
in the coming weeks.
In the next, we're setting up our Instagram later tonight. So I'll tag that somewhere in the video. And then yeah, I think we'll see you next week. You ready?
Peace out.
Love you. Bye.
Bye.
That was good. That was good. That was very good.
Bro, the packaging for the nuts isn't what I
Move on, Mel.